Welcome to What the Wrestling podcast where you break down the biggest moments, hottest takes, and the wildest stories from the world of pro wrestling. Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode. Now let's step into the ring.
You're listening to the What the Wrestling podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
It's light as nuts. Oh, you already know what time it is. AEW, everybody. Man, oh man, do we have a lot to get into today? I know. Yo, Double or Nothing. Yo, Monday Night Raw. Yo, SmackDown. Yo, AEW Dynamite. I get it. I am sorry. Listen, we got things we got to do. I got 9 to 5. Listen, I'm working. All right, no excuses, but we going to get it to you. We recapping probably, arguably, maybe the best goddamn AEW pay-per-view on God's green earth that they have ever produced. And we will be talking about Dynamite. You know, Dynamite was what it was. But before we get into it, y'all know I'm here for a long time today and a good time. So let's not waste any time. Let's go. Yes. It's I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show. My bad, I'm cutting stuff off. I am your host, RJD here. And we are not live, but it's all good. And we are here to talk about some good stuff. So before we get into anything, hit the goddamn like button. Thank you very much. Shout out to everybody. Listen, 10K on TikTok, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. 10K on TikTok. Facebook is also up. Follow me, RJD. Follow me, What the Wrestling, on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram as always. And follow RJD199 on X. I will be getting my X presence back up, so look out for that. But 10K on TikTok, it is absolutely fantastic. I know a lot of y'all probably like, man, I got 20K, I got 1,000, I got 100,000, I got 50,000, I got 30,000. Well, listen, good for y'all, goddammit. I'm happy for my little 10K, okay? I'm happy for my little 10K. We got 10K on TikTok. I need some of y'all to hit the like button. I need y'all to look at my videos. Keep cursing me out on TikTok. I know y'all mad at me, and I know I don't know nothing, but it's all good. Holla at your boy when you see him in the street. All right? Hit the like button now. But in all honesty, I'm grateful to have 10K on TikTok. Listen, I was talking about this for years for fun. So now that, you know, some of y'all actually like my content and some of y'all rock with me, It is absolutely dope. I'm grateful. I am happy. And we're going to keep talking about wrestling because this is what we do on this channel. What the wrestling? Now, other than that, Double or Nothing. Yeah, we were in the building, goddammit. Shout out to Isaac. Shout out to Judas. We was in the building. Double or Nothing. Awesome venue. Lance Armstrong Stadium. We was there. Takeshita Okada. Swerve Bandito. It was all dope. And at the end of the day, AEW put on a phenomenal, dare I say phenomenal event. It is arguably, this will go down as arguably the top 3, if not top AEW event pay-per-view of all time. That is bar none. Oh my God. So thank you, AEW, because this event was absolutely amazing. There were no bad matches on the card, just matches on the card that were good to great to phenomenal. Even the weak matches, some could say they didn't need to be there, or why were they there? They were still good, if not great or exceptional. So, man, I was glad to be there in the building. You ever go to a wrestling event, right? And you're so used to hearing, you are so used to hearing, sorry, had to send that, my bad.
Nope.
The commentary that you're watching the match and you hear the commentary in your head, even though there's no commentary. That's how I am when I go to wrestling shows. Like, I go to the wrestling show, and I'm so used to hearing the commentary that I hear the commentary in my head. And it was dope. Let's just go down the match card here. We'll start at the top. Well, I'm not gonna go in any particular order. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just roll through. We talked about the venue, sold out, definitely looks sold out, packed as hell. $19 beers though, nah fam.
You stupid. Nope.
$19 beers is absurd. It don't even cost $19 for a beer at the Garden. So, Lance Armstrong Stadium, what the you doing? What are you doing? $19 for a brew? You bugging, bro. The Garden, it's not even $20 for a beer. You bugging. That's all I gotta say about that. Definitely didn't buy that shit. $9 fries I could do, but $19 beer, I refuse. It don't even cost $19 for beer at the best. A drink at the bar don't even cost $19, and them things is overpriced. You bugging, bro. You must be smoking trees. But anyway, other than that nonsense, we had the AEW World title, Darby Allin versus MJF. Darby is a madman. He's crazy. I think this is in his future. I'm not sure. But Darby jumped off the damn scaffold, which was dope. The stage was dope. Stage was awesome, by the way. But Darby jumped off the goddamn stage, and they kept telling this story about he's beat up, he's doing all of these matches, he's fighting everybody every week, he's a fighting champion, and it caught up with him. He had MJF and the Scorpion Deathlock was about to make him tap, but he fell over. And in the end, a fantastic wrestling match. Darby Allin ends up losing. He loses the title. He jumped off the scaffold. I don't know if he cut himself or legit just knocked his head, but he was bleeding. He ran out of gas, and MJF gets the win. So, I mean, I can't say anything. I can't say anything bad about this. This was absolutely amazing. MJF has the good old Triple B. Triple B is back, and MJF has it. Good for him. And that was awesome. We did have now we see what happens going forward. When I talk about Dynamite, we see what's next for Mr. MJF. Now, we have the AEW Women's World Championship. Thekla, Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida. This was absolutely dope. Thekla, great entrance, great wrestler. All of these ladies I like. Stat, awesome. Hikaru Shida whacked her over the head, so they officially split. It's over for them.
How dare you?
she whacked over the back of the head. So that split happened, and they did end up fighting last night. So there's that. And Jamie Hayter, she continues to be a badass. So these women, all hard-hitting women. This match was great. Becca does retain because Statlander got whacked over the head and got hit with a spear, and that was all she wrote there. They opened the show with Cope and Cage versus FTR in an I Quit match. This was absolutely crazy. We had a fire spot where Stokely was getting beat up by Beth Phoenix, and they end. I think Dax ends up kicking her into the steps, empties the damn lighter fluid. Empties the damn lighter fluid on a table, lights it on fire, and Beth Phoenix is about to go through, but she pulls Stoke with no hose, Mr. No Hose Stoke, and he goes through the fire and he's twitching and shaking. That was awesome. He's twitching and shaking and selling it crazy. But these four had an amazing match. That was a dope spot. Another fun spot which made no sense, but it was fun. There was a cinder block, right? So they have Christian's bad hand in the cinder block, and the cinder block, I guess, broke. So Dax whacks the cinder block with the chair, but that's not going to hurt his hand because his hand is in the cinder block, not on the cinder block. So it didn't make no sense, but I had fun with it. And he's on one knee, and he's like, Christian, do you quit? And he's like, I pegged your mother. And then, of course, us being New Yorkers, everybody starts saying, pegged your mother. Pegged. Oh, New York City. New York City. I love you. I love this city. I do. New York City, I love you. And shout out to the crowd because we did not disappoint. We yelled at everything. We were up for everything. Yeah, we got a little bit tired, but we got back up for everything. We was like, oh, ooh, ah, your mother, F you, all that. New York crowd was there, and we were lit, and we made sure we let our presence be felt from Queens to LA, goddammit. This crowd was exceptional, and I am proud to say that I was a part of it. So shout out to New York City. Clip this up. Clip this up. New York City showed out, man. God damn it. Lost my voice the next day. Went to work like this, sounding like Kane. It was crazy. Now, AEW Continental Championship, Mox versus Kyle O'Reilly. I like Kyle O'Reilly from long ago. I always thought he had untapped potential. I always thought he was doing his thing. The only problem I had was that, he was mostly in a tag team. He never really got a chance to shine. Now he has a chance to shine, and he's a great technical wrestler. He's a great wrestler, period. Great technical wrestler, but he's very believable because when he gets your ass in a lock and he locks you up, it's believable. And I didn't realize how big Jon Moxley was compared to Kyle O'Reilly. And seeing them in person, I was like, damn, Jon Moxley's a big dude. But this was a good match. They told a good story. O'Reilly had nowhere to go at the end, and he ends up tapping, and that's okay. He can take a loss. He got his respect. He got Moxley's respect. They shook hands, and that's all that matters. It worked. Now, this was my de facto dark horse match of the night. I already knew what the match of the night was gonna be. My most anticipated match was the Stadium Stampede because I wanted to see how it would be live. But if any match is gonna surprise us, it's this one. Swerve versus Bandito, the most wanted versus the most dangerous. And this did not disappoint. Let me send this real quick. My bad. So Bandito and Swerve did not disappoint. There was this one spot where he pulled Swerve, and Bandito is not a big guy. He's a strong guy. He's a ripped guy. He's a jack guy. He's not a big guy. And he had Swerve on his shoulders. Swerve hits a house call. Swerve hits a house call from the top of his shoulders, and then a Swerve stomp for a very close 2 count. That was absolutely dope. Probably got 2 million views on Twitter and YouTube. There was also another dope spot where he hit the 21 plex from the floor. Swerve was like this, and he literally picked Swerve up from the floor, Germaned him. I don't know if he let him go. I don't know if he had a neck issue. I don't know if he's hurt, but Bandito was doing this twitch thing where he was twitching his leg and shit, and he was twitching his arm. I don't know if he was legitimately hurt. I don't know what was what. All I know is that I hope he's okay coming out of the show, because it didn't look like, you know, when Bryan Danielson did the Twitch thing, we knew he was joking, even though it was like, damn, don't joke like that, bro. You've had seizures before. Please don't do that. But with Bandito, it was like he just started doing this Twitch thing with his leg and his arm, and he was like twitching, and I was like, is he all right? Is he going to be able to finish the match? So that looked absolutely dope. Bandito is not a big dude, but he doesn't have to be highly dare I say he's underrated. Bandito did his mother effing thing. Him and Swerve did not disappoint, and had it not been for Okada and Takeshita, this would have been my match of the night. This is exactly what a tournament match should be. This was awesome. And Swerve wins. Then we had the other Owen match. Will Ospreay, who woke the crowd up, versus the big badass Samoa Joe. Will Ospreay started off the match with a Oz Cutter, and so Joe got mad at the ref, like, yo, bro, I wasn't even ready. What are you doing? These two, great chemistry. I want to say Will Ospreay has lost some weight. He's not quite as obviously small as he was 10 years ago, but I know he bulked up for a little bit and he was jacked. Now it looks like he's slimmed down. He's lean. He's moving exceptionally well in there. The neck seems to be A-okay, holding up. But Will Ospreay, I think this is the perfect weight for him. Maybe before when he was too big, he was too big. This seems to be like sweet spot in terms of like how he looks, how he performs. This looks like the sweet spot. So shout out to him for getting in tremendous shape. We had big badass Samoa Joe with the walk-off Joe spot after another Oz Cutter attempt with a back body with the senton from the floor. This was a good match. We had Will Ospreay breaking out the arm bars and the knee bars. We had a Styles Clash on Samoa Joe, which will never not be impressive because Samoa Joe is not a little man. And to hold him up and then do the Styles Clash, these two have tremendous chemistry. This was great. Ospreay wins with the hidden blade to the back of the head, then the hidden blade to the front of the head, and that was all she wrote. The only thing I had a problem with in this show was Takeshi and Okada. They had a one kick out at one, and they no-sold a couple things, and they did the same thing here. But if you do that once, you gotta have the other wrestlers like, damn, they already did that in their match. Let's not do that in our match. I think Joe kicked out at one, and then he got hit with another hidden blade and then kicked out. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, shouldn't be kicking out at one unless you just do it one time. It didn't really make sense. But who gives a shit? This match was great. This was also a dope match. And I had this running joke with Isaac, a friend of the show. And I was like, yo, Isaac, I wonder if this match is going 20 minutes. And he was like, yo, bro, if you don't stop saying that. I literally said it for every match. Every match did not overstay its welcome. Was I tired as hell at the end of this show? Yes. Did it go till midnight? Yes. But it flowed nicely. One match end, video package, the next match. It flowed. This show flowed perfectly. 8 to 12. Could I have cut half an hour, 2 matches from this? Yes. I think 3 hours and a half is the sweet spot, especially for AEW pay-per-views because they flow so well. I think 3.5 hours live show, chef's kiss. Will Tony Khan listen to us? Will you listen to us? 3.5 hours, 3 hours, perfect. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just a content creator. We on our way to 200 subs, baby. 200 sub, 4 more subscribers. 4 more subscribers to 200 on YouTube. Come on, man. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Rock with your boy. All right, moving on. We had a Owen Hart tournament, women, Athena versus Mina Shirakawa. This was, dare I say, not a come down match, but this was a good match. O-Face for the win. Athena wins in a good match. Worked over the leg, but this was great. Now, let's talk about Stadium Stampede. Jericho, Omega, the Bucks, Perry, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, We Heard People, Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and his crew, the Dogs, and Andrade El Idolo and Mark Davis. Now, this was absolutely crazy. Now, in the arena, they did a lot of stuff in the ring, and then it's like they hit all the big spots in the beginning. Ricochet, bald. Hey, man, I'm bald too, brother. I'm bald too. Listen, the bald dudes is winning, man. We winning out here. All right, Ricochet? Feel you. But they had a lot going on in the ring, and then these mofos literally went up the alleyway. One went over there, then they went up the alleyway. One went over there, then they went back to catering, did some stuff in catering. It was crazy. Go back and watch it. And then they ended when they came back to the ring. I still have to rewatch this match to see the commentators, to see what happened. But in the ring, it's like we're looking at the screens. They're putting different things on. It was nuts. The only thing that was missing was the music. They didn't have the music this year for the Stadium Stampede, but it's not Anarchy in the Arena, so I wasn't expecting music. I was hoping for music, but we didn't get it. But it's all good. It's all good. This was great. The good guys got the win here. Fun video package. Both teams got a video package in the beginning. The good guys came out in suits. Kenny Omega had a cigar, smoked it, and then coughed his lungs out. That was funny. Kenny Omega is still a fan favorite. That was absolutely fantastic. But we had a lot going on here, and that was great. Now, let me talk about my de facto match of the night. Where the hell is it? Where is my de facto match of the night? Konosuke Takeshita versus Kazuchika Okada. This was the second match. And dare I say, man, this had the big fight feel. Everybody was like, Okada, Takeshita. Everybody was going crazy. Takeshita was there. Like, let's go, Okada. We got prime Okada here. Listen, I know Okada, he's been chilling. He doesn't really, I can't say he doesn't really, he phones it in. But sometimes if you don't got much to do, he works his chill, methodical style, which I like, because he turns it up into second gear towards the end of the match and then has you on the edge of your seat. Takeshita, ever since I seen his brother wrestle, I'm like, God damn, this guy's good. I think I've heard Takeshita say 500 words in however long he's been in AEW in New Japan. I think I've heard him say 500 words total in however many years. I don't give a shit. Takeshita is amazing. And man, they did not disappoint. We had rainmakers, we had counters, we had counter rainmakers. We had everything that you would expect. I went back and watched this match. After I saw it live, I watched it again when I got home. This match was A1, my match of the night. Big fight feel. And Takeshita gets the win with the, I want to say the big knee for the win. And man, oh man, last 6 minutes of this match, turned it up. Don Callis family comes out. Everybody was like F Don Callis for no apparent reason too. That was hilarious. New York City. I love New York City. Everybody was saying, Knicks in 4, Knicks in 4. Listen, I am not a New York Knicks fan, but I'm a New Yorker, goddammit. So I'm going to say the Knicks, eventually we found out, did complete the sweep of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I'm saying, let's go Knicks. Let's go beat the Spurs in 6, because I hope the Spurs, even though they're down 3-2 right now, I think the Knicks have a better chance of beating the Spurs than they do SGA and those OKC brothers. But Knicks, hopefully the Knicks win World Championship, and we will go crazy in New York, because it's been a long time coming. But back to wrestling. So Everybody's saying fuck down, F Don Callis for no reason. I did let an F bird fly. I'm sorry. Please, YouTube, don't strike me, please. But we got the return of the Proto Star. So both of these guys, everybody's in the ring. And Isaac was like, yep, he's turning on him. Yep, it's happening. And I'm like, maybe he won't, maybe he won't. And then he's like, here's the title. Yay, he's the winner. And then he clotheslines the hell out of Takeshita, hits him with a brain buster. And the turn is complete. Takeshita is kicked out of the Don Callis family. And the Proto Star has returned. Shout out to Kyle Fletcher. This whole thing was dope. And yeah, it was awesome. So on the buy-in, we had Divine Dominion. Beat Via Van and Zeta Steel in a 5-minute challenge. Divine Dominion, I really, really like. Once they get them built up with the story, it's going to be great. Those ladies. And Alex Cross, she was at HOG, who I was also in the building for. I was at HOG this past Friday. So she was at HOG, and then she was on the buy-in. So Alex Cross, really good wrestler. But I wish Divine Dominion get a little bit more. I just want them to tell a good story. And those ladies, A1. Death Riders beat the Ops on the buy-in, and the Boom Boom Conglomeration beat Shane Taylor Promotions in the buy-in as well. So this all was great. MJF gets the win. Okada gets the win, but gets kicked out. And Anna Copeland and Christian Cage have now won. They have now won the tag team titles, and Christian pegged Dax's mother. So all is good. Double or Nothing was A1. Sorry the review came so late, but we had to handle some stuff this past week. AEW Dynamite. So MJF had a world title celebration segment where he came out there. He was interrupted by Mark Briscoe, and he basically said, Mark Briscoe, you ain't ish, all right? You ain't ish, and you're not marketable. And Roosh comes out, and that will be a match for next week where Roosh fights MJF for the title. So Roosh beat Orange Cassidy, Lio Rush, and Brian Cage in a multi-man match. Lio Rush, really saw him at House of Glory too. Really love his gimmick. I don't know where he's going to go from here with it, but the fans like it. I like it, and I think there's something there. Shout out to Lio Rush, man, for recreating himself. Awesome. Good to see Brian Cage back. I know he was hurt for a long time. He's been back the last couple of weeks now. And Roosh, the hard-hitting badass, finally get to win on TV. And Orange Cassidy, we love the orange one, but Roosh gets the win here. Mark Briscoe, like I said, he interrupted MJF, and Roosh is the next challenger. Kevin Knight came out and tried to explain himself. Do I not put on a highlight show every time I come out here? Do I not? Are you not entertained? So Kevin Knight explained himself. Speedball Mike Bailey came out and said, listen, say you're sorry. We all make mistakes. Do the right thing. And the right thing was him getting his head knocked off because he got his head knocked off by his tag team partner, and they are no more. The Proto Star was backstage with Kevin Knight after Kevin Knight walked up to MJF and said, yo, I want to be Knight 2 belts, or what he said, Jet 2 belts. And he was like, I see you around, kid. And then the Proto Star said, nice belt you got there. I can't do an Australian accent. I think he's from Australia. But he's like, nice belt you got there. And he was like, yeah, I know. So that's going to be a match coming up soon. And the Proto Star and Kevin, the Jet Knight. That's going to be a great match when it eventually does happen. So Don Callis put his bid in, told him to come join the Don Callis family. We'll see what happens with that. Brody King and Claudio Castagnoli had a big dude, hard-hitting, beat-your-ass match where they clotheslined each other to death and fell from exhaustion. So Brody King gets the win with the big clothesline at the end. And yeah, good match. They just beat the hell out of each other. Mark Davis beat Jack Perry to advance Indy Owen. And Mark Davis, I mean, they had a hard-fought match. Jack Perry almost pulled it off. Almost had him choked out, but he got to the ropes with the snare trap. But at the end of the day, Mark Davis with the second rope tombstone, and Jack Perry is dead. And all of that training that he did, he lost. So coming soon, hopefully he'll get a win. Kyle Fletcher confronts Kinosuke Takeshita after for the international title. So we'll see what happens there. But I think it's too soon for Takeshita to lose that title. We'll see what happens. Statlander beats Hikaru Shida in a lights-out Philly street fight with a lot of weapons and a lot of badassery involved. Statlander gets the win. The Dogs attacked Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. So they're setting themselves up to be the next challengers for that title. And that was all she wrote for AEW Dynamite. Pedestrian episode. We did have some good stuff here. We did have a little bit of story progression. Is it going to light the world on fire? No, but decent episode. But that's all she wrote with that. But speaking of all she wrote, that's all I got for you guys today. Listen, I am back. We got the Monday Night Raw review coming out tomorrow. So look out for that. And I will go live on Saturday, with some news. So look out for that. And as always, hit the like button. 4 more to 200 on YouTube, 200 subs. I know that's not a lot for some of y'all dope, big time streamers, but for me, it's a lot. 10K on TikTok, on our way to 20K. So look out for that. Appreciate everybody. I am out. I'll holla at you. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Don DeMarco.